Hi guys, and welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. So you hear all the time online, I have the right to travel, or driving is a right, not a privilege. But is that actually true in the UK? And if you get pulled over, what are your rights and what you should never say or do? Let's clear up some confusion and prepare new drivers and even old drivers for the real world and not fantasy land that you hear and watch on social media. So here in the UK, driving is a legally licensed privilege, not a constitutional right. The Road Traffic Act of 1988 governs most driving law in the UK. These are the basics. You have a valid driving license, insurance, a car with that's road legal with their MOT, and yes, you've taxed the car. But if you drive without any of these, you're committing a criminal offence. Now, there will people that say, no, you're not. Freeman on the land theories that claim you can opt out of these, and they've been debunked so many times in the law courts. And I have done another video on this subject, which is I'll put here or there, so you can go and watch that. So I'm not going to cover it too much in this video. So here's the scenario. You've been to your friend's house and they've had a barbecue, and the barbecue started like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon and went on into sort of midnight, 1 o'clock. And you drive there, you have some food, have a nice barbecue, and you decide to just have one, maybe 2 pints or glasses of wine with your food earlier on, about 5 o'clock. And then you go on to alcohol-free drinks or just soft drinks. And you're there till about 1 o'clock and you drive home. And on your drive home, you notice in the rearview mirror some blue lights. And do you know how to handle that situation? What to say, what to do, and what not to do? So that's the main crux of this video. Police can stop any vehicle at any time under the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, PACE, and the Road Traffic Acts, which I said before. You're legally required to stop and remain stopped until directed otherwise. You do not have to exit your vehicle unless instructed to get out the car. But they cannot penalise you for stopping your vehicle safely. And if you can't stop as soon as you notice the lights and go down the road a little bit until you can safely park up, they cannot penalise you for driving further, not stopping straight away, if it's obvious you can't safely stop. And this all depends on some officers. You can get really awkward officers that is just hell-bent on getting you on everything. But if you can justify where you stopped, it's some distance away, and that's the most earliest, safest opportunity to stop, they can't do anything. So what police may ask for is a driving license, insurance details, MOT status, and your name and address, which obviously is on your driving license if you've got the photo card, and even if you've got the paper one, but not everybody has that with them. So they can issue you a form called a HORT1, which gives you 7 days to produce your driving license, proof of insurance, MOT certificate, and everything they've asked for. So if you haven't got it with you there and then, it's not a problem, they should issue this to you and give you 7 days to produce it, usually at your local police station. So in this situation, remain calm and respectful. Don't argue. Don't pull your phone out and start filming them aggressively, because they'll switch their camera on and film you right back if they're not already filming you already, but they have to tell you that they're filming. And if you feel unsafe, it's okay to film it. They can't tell you you can't film them as long as you're not driving at the same time. But if you're stood on the pavement, there's nothing they can do to stop you from filming it. If you provide ID, that's great, but refusal, like I said before, can escalate things, and they will write out this form that you have 7 days to produce the ID that they're asking for. And you can ask them why you were stopped, and they must tell you. So yes, they must tell you why they stopped you, but they don't need to give you the reason on why they stopped you unless they're actually going to arrest you. So they might say it's just a routine traffic stop, or if it's something to do with terrorism, they could use the Terrorism Act as the reason why they've stopped you. There's so many different reasons why they could stop you, but just a general stop and search. That's at that point, that's all they have to say. If it escalates, then they have to give the reason. So you don't have to answer questions like, where are you going? Where have you been? Although, if you're just going about your daily life and nothing to hide, why escalate it by not answering that question? Just say you're going to the shops, if you're going to the shops, or visiting with friends, or it does. Some people that deliberately want to be awkward can escalate the whole situation unnecessarily. So just answer the question. If you've got nothing to hide and just going about your business, just say, yeah, I'm going to the shops or whatever. So they've pulled you over and you decide to be friendly and cooperate, but never give out false name or false address, because that's an offence. That will escalate the situation because they want to look into why, and it can be easily found out. So just don't do it. Just calmly give your name and address, because you've done nothing wrong. So you're driving back from your barbecue. You've had 1 or 2 pints or glasses of wine earlier on, about 5, 6 o'clock, and they ask you to do a breath test. Now, if you refuse, that can be treated as seriously as if you had done the breath test and it was positive. So you can't refuse it. Just give them the breath test. Now, in that scenario where you've had 2 pints and 6 or 7 hours have passed by, the likelihood of just from 1 pint still being in your system is very, very low, and you're probably well under the allowed limit. So you've got nothing to worry about. And I'm not condoning drink driving at all, but if you have literally got 7 or 8 hours in between having that 1 pint, then more than likely okay. But you know, that's at your risk. You do that. This is not legal advice at all, but it's just my understanding of how many units in a pint. Roughly 2 units, and it takes an hour per unit for. It all depends on different body size and makeup, but for a male of medium build to process the alcohol out of his body is about an hour. So you've got like 2 hours after that pint, and your body pretty much got rid of it, because the second it's in, it starts processing it, and the alcohol goes through your system. So 7 hours later, you're pretty much all right on 1 pint. So yeah, do not refuse a breath test, or a blood test, or a urine test if you're taken to the station, because all these can be treated as serious as if you've been found positive after doing a sample. Are you required to let them search your vehicle? Well, always remember they have the upper hand, and they can basically pull out a law such as it's under PACE or it's under the Terrorism Act, and we have reasonable grounds to believe you've got whatever in your boot. So if you've got nothing to hide, just say, yeah, there you go, have a look. Nothing there. Just cooperate as much as you can, because the second you push back is when it escalates. And like I said before, nothing to hide, nothing to worry about. If you are arrested for whatever reason while driving, you have a right to legal advice. Use it. Fixed penalty notice must be either accepted or challenged in court, and never sign anything if you don't fully understand what you're signing. Ask for clarification. These are within your rights. So, as a UK citizen, the best advice would be to avoid trouble in the first place. Keep your car legal. Keep it pretty stock. Don't attract attention to yourself in the way you drive, how loud your car is. Just go about your business quietly. Avoid silly modifications, and I've got another video up here or here about modifying your cars that will get you pulled over. And don't give the police a reason to stop you. You know, if your number plates are dodgy and your car's too loud, then expect the attention. So yeah, driving is a freedom, but it's one we'll have to earn and follow the law and stay safe and keep others safe. Don't fall for the viral myths that you'll probably see in the comments on this video. Know your real rights, keep your vehicle legal, and sort of handle, if you ever stopped by the police, calm, confidence, be polite, and more often than not, the officers will be polite back to you and friendly. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, none of my videos are legal advice. It's just sort of common sense as a citizen and as a driver, conducting yourself in a way that won't draw attention to yourself and be safe for others around you. So hope you like the video. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, because I need to get my subscriber count up. But thanks for watching. Take care.